Hello, welcome to South Bend. We're here at the Test Kitchen and Training Center in North Carolina. My name is Jason Hall. I'm the Vice President of Culinary Research and Development. And today we're going to be talking about our range. Usually 6 burners. This one is actually a 5 burner. We're going to walk through some of the features, where the pilot is, things like that, so that you can be successful with your piece of equipment. Again, this is a 5 burner. Most are set up as 6, but the configuration can be almost anything you like. First, how to turn the equipment on. The gas for this is on this side, and so you're going to turn it clockwise up, and that lets the gas from the quick disconnect come into the unit. And then if we are going to manually light it, we're going to turn the valve on, and then this has an electric pilot start. So just pushing that button down will get the pilot to light, and that is just for the oven. This is a straightforward oven. If this was a convection, this would be a toggle switch to kick the fan on high and on low. And then you have all of your burners settings, and every one turns counterclockwise in order to light. You would light all your pilot lights first, obviously. That would be the first thing. Lighting the pilot light for the oven, lighting the pilot lights on the burners, and then you're ready to cook. Different setups for the top. You know, this is a 5 burner, so these would be for larger stock pots in the back versus smaller saute pans, a la carte cooking up front. You can absolutely straddle 2 of these burners with a large stock pot if you need to. Just remember, you're going to have a lot of carbon buildup because that is trapped underneath with no way to ventilate. And also you're going to have a cooler spot right between the burners, and you're going to have a lot of hot spot on the edges of your pan, which can result in a little bit of scorching. So if you're using that application, use a little bit of caution, a little bit lower temperature, as I'm sure most of you know, and then also watch the edges that they're not going to scorch. This is cast iron on top, so it does maintain heat for a long time, and it will also need to be treated and cleaned properly. I would suggest scrubbing these down with soap and water, mild detergent, and a scrubbie. But then also, since these are made of cast iron, it's just like a cast iron pan. You're going to want to oil them a little bit just to keep them looking fresh and new so that they don't start to tarnish. They'll actually start to fade in color a little bit after constant use, constant heat. Just rubbing a little bit of salad oil, not much, not so that it catches on fire, but just really treating it with a mild cloth will keep that nice and looking good for a long time to come. The base below, this has just 2 separate oven racks. We can get 3 or 4 in there for sure. And then also, depending on the profile of your product, if it's a whole roast in a roasting pan, you may only be able to use 1 rack at a time. And then, you know, baking and things like that are kind of up to you. Again, this is a straightforward oven. This is not convection. But if it was, the toggle switch would be here to kick the fan up and down. For cleaning and for just maintenance, it does have the drip tray. So you pull this whole tray out. That's where all the grease, any water, anything from cleaning or spills, that's where it's going to collect. It's going to drip down past the eyelet and then onto this tray. So I always wrap these in aluminum foil and then put them back in. It doesn't prevent anything, but it does prevent buildup and a lot of sticking to this burner pan at the end of the night. Cleaning the rest of the surface, again, you're going to have some food buildup. You're going to have some scorching and charring on this apron here. Just don't use a stainless steel scrubby if you can avoid it. This area is probably going to get the brunt of the amount of char and scorch and things like that. Clean it while it's hot with a wet rag, mild detergent, a little bit of sanitizer, and then if you have to get a little more aggressive with it, you can use a green scrubby to kind of polish some of that off. And then the outside of the unit, soap, water, rag, rinse, and then go back and stainless spray it so you can keep your piece of equipment looking new for years to come. Thank you.